Hey everyone, figure I make this video for all you new and returning players to Fallout 76. Basically, I'm going to be covering the basics like what platform it's on, cost of the game, things like the new stuff like Fallout First, the pit, anything like that. To make it a little easier for new people, if you want to watch it in any order or returning players, I also took the liberty of actually adding chapters. So with that out of the way, let's get started with the video. Let's go ahead and get started with the basics like the platforms it's on. Currently it's on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. And regarding the costs, as of me recording this video, it's currently on Game Pass, and just recently it was added to the PS Plus for January. So as long as you're topped up, technically going into this game, into Fallout 76, it should be a free to play game. Unfortunately, so far there is no crossplay, but hopefully in the future that can change. So believe it or not, you actually benefit the most out of making a new character and leaving the vault for the first time. Originally it was just, you made your character and there was just one main story and a few missions thrown here and there. Now there's the Wastelanders event, which introduces settlers and raiders. And then after that, there was the Brotherhood of Steel update, which that kind of is self-explanatory. And then just recently, they added the Nuka World on Tour update, which is one of the events I'm showing right now. There's a total of 4. There's, to be honest, off the top of my head, I can't remember 3 of them, but it's better you figure this one out for yourself. And whether you're a low level or a returning player, I'd recommend actually trying these out because honestly, this is probably the most fun update they actually pushed out. And again, it's free of charge as well.
And what would you like for a present?
So say after a long session of, doing events, quests, and overall you just want to just have like your own little base to just kind of chill in. Well, you can actually build your own base, and for any returning Fallout 76 players might remember how the old way was, where you kind of had to awkwardly walk your character around to snap things into place. If you wanted to get to higher ground, you have to kind of build something upwards, and it was kind of a nightmare at first. Well, with the most recent update, they did finally add a free cam, and this alone does actually make base building a lot easier. It takes some getting used to, but especially since I'm on controller, but overall once you get the hang of it, it makes it so much easy to just build the base the way you want. This next part of the video is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, if you want to start building weapons or armor, you would just need an armor or weapon station. You can find them out and about, or at some point you can start building them. You can build one in your base and just kind of work off that. As for ammo, basically, as long as you have the resources, you can craft, as well as with this little handy slide, you can craft as however many you want to craft. Makes it easy to craft how much ammo you think you're going to need, especially if you're someone that tends to burn through ammo like crazy. It's not much of a hassle to replenish all that. Next up on the video is the pit or expeditions and daily ops. I decided to kind of include them together as they're almost technically the same thing. The only difference is with expeditions, you kind of have to do daily objectives in White Springs to fill up a ultracite battery. That will then take you to the pit, which in a way plays similarly to daily ops. The only difference is this one you kind of get to pick which out of the 2 areas you want to pick, but they play out exactly the same. To be honest though, I would say unless you're a stamp collector, I would kind of go, or if you're someone that's looking for a daily XP boost, maybe look into expeditions. But overall, daily ops is probably the more fast way to get into areas like this. Not saying that you'll pick, because all you end up going is just going to Pittsburgh, and to be honest, the missions can get really repetitive. As with daily ops, they're a little more faster to do, especially if you get a good team. To be honest, it's more or less expeditions is a lot harder to form a team, considering no one seems to want to actually do them in the first place. Otherwise, as a new player, daily ops would probably be the more better way to do it. I would just recommend reading the I believe they're like the mutations or challenges, because I kind of went into this blindly, and it basically was enemies don't only get killed by melee attacks, basically lower them to enough health and then finish them off with a melee. And then they have armor piercing attacks, so if you get surrounded, you're gonna just end up dying a lot. But it's fun, but sometimes the wrong challenges added can really ruin the experience. But again, the rewards for it, if you manage to finish fast enough, is really worth the effort. To wrap this video up, we'll go ahead and bring up the scoreboard, which is this game's version of a battle pass. It's free to take part in. The only thing is, if you have Fallout First, you do get extra rewards, but they're nothing too crazy. They're more or less just cosmetics or just extra currency for other stuff, like to be able to get stuff from the purveyor and stuff like that. The way you mostly do that is by doing the daily and weekly challenges. And if you want to earn any in-game money, like the atoms, which is, this game's currency for more premium items, you can do the character survival, combat, social, and world challenges, as those will actually get you, actual in-game currency if you don't feel like actually spending any money whatsoever. Lastly, with Fallout First, you do get some good little items for your camp, as well as some outfits. It's mainly like the ammo box, which lets you hold as much ammo without it depleting into your max weight. Same with the scrap box, which lets you hold junk items, again, without going into your weight. As long as you're good at weight management, with your stuff and everything, you should have no reason to, look into this service. Even, it's tempting at times, but it's not something you would actually need. And with that, I figured I'd wrap up the video. Hopefully you got a good idea of the way Fallout works. It's pretty straightforward for me. I just kind of play it as like a game to chill, because I do play other games like Overwatch and everything, and when I stress out from that, I just kind of hop on Fallout. It's nothing. If you're someone that's hyper competitive, or someone that wants a perfect open world game, this game, its flaws may appear bigger for you, but otherwise, for what it is, and the amount of updates and work they got put into it, the game's in a lot better shape. And with it, again, being on Game Pass and PS Plus, there's really, like, aside from your time, there's not much it's costing you to try this game out for yourself. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be sure to leave my links in the description. I'm also gonna probably be playing this game on Twitch. If you want to drop by and have any more questions, you can also leave them in the comments. I tried my best to kind of answer whatever common stuff for new and returning players, but to be honest, I kind of trying to guess what people might want answered is kind of difficult for me. So again, if you want anything you want me to kind of answer for you, again, leave them in the comments, or just reach out to me on my social media or even Twitch. I'll do my best to answer for you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later.